I had a situation with a stalker, so that went on for about 2 years, and during that time I had 3 police reports. So originally the police officer I spoke to was really excellent. Then I had another police officer who came out to see me, and it was awful. When I was in the interview I became really upset and had a panic attack because of the way she was conducting it. There was a real disparity between the way people dealt with the situation. It was a real challenge for me not knowing what was coming in the door when I made a report.
My story is, unfortunately, I was a victim of child abuse crime. I was in the darkest place that I had, thinking that I had no one that I could go to, thinking that I had no one that I could talk to about it or make myself have any self-worth.
40 years ago, Victim Support Scotland was born out of a simple but urgent need to support people across Scotland who've been impacted by any type of crime. Now, 40 years on, we remain true to our original purpose, an independent charity offering practical and emotional support to victims and witnesses of all types of crime. We know that improvements have been made to the criminal justice system, but there is still a long way to go.
I was left dangling. I had no support, I had nobody to turn to, I had no one round about me really to help me through this and to guide me through the process of what was about to happen. I didn't know Victim Support Scotland was a thing. I didn't know they were available. I didn't know that I could have somebody to talk to.
I just feel that there's no such thing as a minor crime. Unless you've experienced something like this, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know how angry, how resentful you are to that person.
For someone to talk to me face to face, instead of me writing down my victim's statement, but to actually sit down with somebody would have been nice. It would have helped a lot, because I ended up back in the hospital with an overdose. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't feel so alone.
When victims of crime aren't listened to, it undermines justice, delays healing, and leaves behind trauma. Change is only possible when we listen and then take action.
The good thing about the third police officer is she put me in contact with Victim Support, which was a life changer. I've said that Victim Support saved my life on numerous occasions because I was getting absolutely desperate, and I felt like the worker I had was there for me at every single stage. She phoned me weekly, she kept regular contact. She said to me right from the offset, I'm not a counsellor, but she was better than any counsellor I've ever had.
When we listen to people impacted by crime, this provides an opportunity to learn from people's experiences and for change to happen based on what we hear. This offers hope for change, creating a justice system that has victims at its heart.
I think I really just needed somebody to be by my side to say that this isn't your fault. If I had been told that at the time, then I wouldn't have let myself wonder about it years later. I made so many mistakes in my own life that I feel should have been prevented if I had got the right support at the time, and I wouldn't be 47-year-old now still trying to deal with something that happened in my childhood.
Victim Support Scotland supported me in quite a number of ways, actually. They helped me emotionally, so they were there if I needed somebody to talk to. Even, I know it sounds funny, but someone to yell at or to cry to. They were there to sit and talk through the pros and cons for what I'm doing, the benefits that I could be doing for other people who could be in my position in years to come, and I can take on the role of going against what happened to me and almost own it yourself, and that's everything that they helped empower me with.
I thank God for Victim Support. I think it's a great organisation, and there's a lot of humanity and compassion. You're trying to put a wee bit of light in a dark area, and I think that's commendable.
There's so much support out there, but unfortunately you have to do a lot of work to find it. But do the work, find it, and once you get someone like Victim Support, you'll be good. They will help you, but just you gotta be patient. You're not alone if you don't want to be. I didn't know I wasn't alone until later on, so yeah, you don't have to be alone.
You'll always think about what's happened to you at some point, and something will trigger you off, but there will be an outcome and there will be a day that you won't be thinking about it constantly.
My perpetrator actually did receive a sentence as an outcome, and because of the support that I had, because I wasn't chaotic, because I wasn't in a terrible state, I was able to give really good solid evidence. I think it's really, really important to have that core support as you move through, and then ultimately you would be able to go to court, hopefully get a good outcome, and then that will effectively change the system, because every new case that goes forward strengthens the case for those who are yet to come.
Listen, act, hope. By working together, we can make sure that no voice goes unheard. Thank you to everyone who made this film possible. It is dedicated to everyone who is dealing with the impact of crime.